Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I really honestly, I wish the game would have like stopped me, like or said something before I walked out of the elevator instead of being like, oh yeah, you need to do this. Well, I'm like, are you gonna kill these guys right here?
I think they busted a couple of ribs.
So are these guys dead? I don't think they're dead, right? It was just that one guy is dead. And the thing is, I can't change this person's loadout, or wasn't able to during combat.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, see, I'm not allowed to do anything. So how was I supposed to equip anything to them? It makes no sense. Spaceport.
Wait, what was that?
Oh God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up.
Boy, they have like really intense security things. Oh, they said stash the EM. Oh yeah, the Terramorph's not real?
They're going to turn on you.
Kill them first.
Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, one fire team to spare. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can. Don't let him get into your head.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
That makes me worry that that was your only argument towards letting you tag along. And you're sure you're not going to turn on us out there? We'll handle this. You two stay put. I want you watching our backs.
Roger that. We're on you. Be prepared.
Why do I feel like that was the wrong decision? But I don't know. I feel like more firepower is better than no firepower, which is what I feel like we're bringing to the table. I'm sorry, buddy, that we didn't save you. That doesn't mean I won't loot the shit out of you. Oh, he's dead? What?
Damn. Another one.
Got it.
I'm really not understanding. Am I supposed to use this in order to like not have them die? Whoa, what the hell? What the hell is all this destruction?
Nothing's gonna save you!
We're out of the woods. That was the last one.
How am I supposed to save these people? I feel like they're just indiscriminately dying, like the moment they get infected. I really feel like the game did not explain this very well. And I feel like they're also then gonna yell at me for not, like, saving more lives. Like, you could have saved your entire squad. Why didn't you? I'm like, I didn't know I could, sir. I swear. No, seriously though, I swear I had no idea. We're gonna favorite this because I don't want to keep going back to my menu. Got him. Anybody else
All
die?
wrapped up. We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
Who the hell is shooting? What the hell is going on? What is that? Oh, they're dead too? Good God. What is this sound? Is this a glitch? Game glitch? Boy, they really messed this spaceport up. Luckily, they didn't destroy my ship. Weird. Weird how that worked. I wonder if those people dying was like inevitable, because I really don't understand how they died in the first place. Oh, it's straight up coming from you. Okay, well, I'm gonna save and then reload because I'm not gonna go through like a bunch of cutscenes with like glitched audio like that. Hopefully that fixes that because... Yeah, there we go.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. Though I guess our people weren't so lucky.
It's what they signed up for, not my fault. They couldn't hack it. Wow. Don't worry, we're going to get to the bottom of what happened here today. Their sacrifice wasn't in vain. The city is safe now.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you.
How many people
The
died?
city
Like,
owes you both a debt after this.
We
Five?
were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we
No, we
should
weren't.
report
We were
back to the
literally on the other
president.
side
Let
of
her know the
town.
terramorphs have been dealt with.
excuse me.
Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
You were like super far away from this whole incident.
These officers. I'm putting in for commendations for every last one.
As you should, because you know what's gonna be like really silly when like all of this is fixed by like literally the next day. What's up? Alliance Tracker Alliance. But yeah, that's gonna be the silliest part. Like all this destruction is just cleaned up. Like as soon as I'm done with like talking to these people.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all clear signal before exiting.
Please. Just leave me alone. It moved so fast.
In the middle of something here.
Not now, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry. I just figured some of you would actually have like walked up there, but I guess you're medic, so you're doing your job.
You're not the doctor.
No, they're standing right in front of you.
You take care of those things? Thank God. Am I gonna be alright?
Yeah, man, you look fine. I don't even see blood anywhere on you. I somehow have this like weird feeling I really messed up on this whole situation. Like the Marines could have lived, you know, the Blues could have lived. Like so many people could have lived, and I just, you know, effed it up like real good.
You're cleared to head back up.
Why do you? Okay. Why do you have like a mercenary's gun? Because I'm pretty sure that has the skull for the Crimson Fleet people.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
Yeah, really?
The loss of life, the damage to the spaceport. The costs of this attack are greater than I think we realize. The next time terrormorphs rear their ugly heads, the UC is going to be ready.
My heroes were minted down at that spaceport, and that includes you.
I don't feel like a hero, honestly. Everybody around me died.
Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the terrormorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I wish they didn't have to be validated in that way, though, honestly, and you just took our word for it. And also, we had evidence. I take my gratitude in credits for real estate or luxury goods. Better late than never, I suppose.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner.
I mean, it
Now,
literally just happened.
Today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the terrormorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Me? Why not send a diplomat? Someone trained for this sort of thing. Tell me what I'm getting for. Oh my god. Tell me what I'm getting first, and I'll consider it. Wow. I can't be your representative. I'm just some Vanguard nobody. If you're sure that's the wisest course of action.
The Cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The Cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
You know, this just all seemed like really perfect timing, you know? Like it's like there's no pacing for the game here, where like it seems like it would have been far better like pacing wise for this game if like, and more realistic, if they were like, oh, we're gonna debate like blah 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 blah, and then like you had to go do like, I don't know, a constellation mission, and then they would come back to give you their decision, and like their decision might have been like, you know, no, or something like that, or originally they gave the decision of no, but then like a xenomorph attack, or a terramorph attack, like you know, after you did a constellation mission or whatever and came back. That would make more sense because it feels like there's a progression in time. This all just feels like perfect conditions, like everything perfect happened in order for this to like evolve into continuing the story. Like, I don't know if I'm enjoying, I enjoy that. I can't be your representative. I'm just some Vanguard nobody.
We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
Fast track it, but I only have a service of like 3 or 5 years or something like that. And what do I get for being a UC citizen? Let me think about it. You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support.
What does that
Deputy
mean?
McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Security loses an officer.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
You know, it's not my favorite game of all time or anything like that, but like Mass Effect 2, like, cause this is kind of like on the Mass Effect 2 like story where like the collectors are showing up and stuff, and nobody thinks that they're like, you know, that bad. It's just they're isolated incidents or whatever, and then like it takes a bit of time before they like kind of take you. It kind of takes.
I'll make sure they get what they require.
It takes them like a bit of time before they like actually go, oh yeah. I forgot what she even said. She like walked. I walked away while I was talking, and she gone. But it takes a little bit like realistically, because like, you know, governments don't act like this, and like the attacks don't just happen and immediately change the minds of everybody. Like that's not how this works. Because if it was, then like the attacks would have been like, you know, been taken seriously since, I don't know, the first attack. But like this kind of just went off on like oh, well, they attacked the Capitol, so now we have to kind of, you know, get involved type thing. And I don't know, I just kind of preferred the way Mass Effect 2 kind of dealt with that, because it seemed more like realistic to you know, the decisions that a government would make before getting involved in something like that.
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack.
Love the hair.
You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor. accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Yeah. I have never gotten notifications from Discord before. What is this mess? I thought it was like a real text message. Close all these silly tabs I have opened. Let's pretend that I don't have the slightest idea. They're the repositories for all the bandit data from the Colony War.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then
I mean,
you
I had to
also
go
know
through a
that it
whole
was originally managed
thing.
by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
What can you tell me about these codes? Can we forge them? Whoa. It sure doesn't sound easy. No problem, I'm just going to need some electrodes, a tooth extractor, and some sodium. You know, I have to say the renegade options in this game are like some of the most hilarious dialogue lines. Like usually they're just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna F you up," but like they took some of these like renegade options and made them like funny bad. Like, oh, I'm a bad guy, but like I make light of that I'm a bad guy. You think that'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack? I mean, only one of them has an embassy here, so, I mean, only one of them may care, and I don't think they really care that much. Sure doesn't sound easy.
It won't be.
Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Probably Freestar, because I think they're the closest to us in terms of, like, reality. Whereas House Varun just sound like a bunch of like crazy fanatics. You know, I mean, I guess the actual head of House Varun is kind of somewhat reasonable since he ended a war that his father created. Actually, I need to take care of something first. Tell me about Ambassador Radcliffe of the Freestar Collective.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
I think you're underestimating how delightful I am. That's a good one. No one can be that stubborn. New Atlantis was just attacked. Alright, tell me about these other tools then. Sounds like we need some leverage over Ambassador Radcliffe.
Never underestimate the universe's ability to surprise. That's why we have Plan B. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
What can you tell me about the staff member? Any other things I should avoid doing inside the embassy? That's all the info I need for the moment on Ambassador Radcliffe. Anything avoid inside the embassy?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Wow, that is literally the most credits I've ever been paid since I started this game. Actually, I need to take care of some things. Tell me about Ambassador Balmor of House Faroon.
Ambassador Balmor's a challenge.
When the rest of House Faroon retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmor stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Faroon thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Why, what's wrong with House Faroon?
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat.
Can't imagine why.
House Faroon Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Faroon did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
Whole argument here, House Faroon seems like nothing but a bunch of madmen. I mean, you said it, not me. I'm sure he can be reasoned with. House Faroon are people just like us. That actually sounds pretty promising.
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmor's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
That makes me think, like, especially kind of the name, thing. It makes me remind me of what's his name? It was literally in my head while I was thinking about it, and now I can't remember. Ambassador Kosh in Babylon 5. Like, what do you do if he's dead? What do I do if he's dead? Wait.
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin. If we can ever find them.
Isn't that, like,
but let's
dishonest?
Hope it doesn't come to
that. Dishonest of us that we just stole their key because he's dead? No one's actually been inside the embassy.
The embassy is still legally House Faroon's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
What kind of life signs do you detect in the embassy?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Here's hoping we're not chasing a corpse.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Thanks for stopping to chat. Headed somewhere new, huh?
Let's go. Are you good?
Howdy. Just once they could assign me to Neon. That's not too much to ask.
It might be. Do you need to go to Neon for something in particular?
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard. Keeping the skies safe out. Enjoy your time in
I've been in the Vanguard for quite a bit of time. Thanks for now thanking me about it. And I've even passed the desk multiple times too. I can see you totally care. Boy, I really feel like I'm gonna F this up. I don't know if I want to do this now. Oh, I got a skill point. Do I actually have an ability to get this? I don't think so. I need 4 more dialogue options to increase my dialogue chance. How about this? 5,000, that's taking a long time. I mean, it'd be easier if, you know, honestly, people weren't watching me, because then I could just, like, literally be, like, somebody that just goes around, like, doing the same thing over and over again for, like, 20 minutes or an hour straight. But I already do that with just my silliness, so I'm not gonna force you to witness more of that. Targeting. I'm actually not going to put a point in yet. I thought you only needed 3 before 4. You need 4 for the rank. I really don't want to pick up theft though. Should be 3. Why is it 4? I guess gastronomy is the only other one that I would rather pick up rather than theft. Currently not. You'll know this occasionally. What was the stuff I picked up? I picked up some stuff earlier. Gun. I have to say this gun kind of really sucks as far as doing damage. I don't know, I don't feel like it's very accurate. And ooh, what? A microgun? I got a minigun? When did I get that? Who was holding the minigun and still died? That's a cool gun. The Orion. I do love that I am seeing more and more like varying weapons. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to see that. Because it seemed like everybody had pretty much the same guns over and over again. Acquire the Freestar Collective Archival for code.
You can go on through.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you. Sorry, everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
What is this? This is like a cell?
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
Uh-huh.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
Nothing suspicious at all about like some random guy dressed up in or some random person dressed up in a military uniform, I presume.
It's good to be back at the embassy.
Hey, didn't I help you?
Most times, entry to New Atlantis is seamless. But on occasion, you have officers who want to settle old grievances.
I hear you. Boy, this is a small kitchen. I do like though, like everything looks like modern, and then they have this like rustic table because they're like rustic people, space cowboys. How mad are they gonna get if I open these? Oh, it says detected, so.
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport. Wait, something's wrong. What are you doing in here? Official business? Talk to the ambassador. This area's off limits.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. This isn't a playground.
What? Huh? I wasn't even in that room. What?
Good. And you can bet the UC is gonna hear about this.
Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't do anything. I didn't take the shotgun shells. What are you talking about? I quite literally did not touch shotgun shells. You're so full of it. I'm reloading. I'm sorry, but I ain't getting in trouble for something I didn't do. Like, you talking about?
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
What are the plans for today? Location. Ask TA about update shipping policies for non-native seeds. Tax exemptions for Aurora to Trident. Find a mechanical de-icing specialist. Do they really need more anesthesiologists? Reach out to local magistrate about updated documents. Has enough money. Unresponsive. Find a buyer for depleted uranium. Agendas. Wow, I can't believe that like I got in trouble for like literally doing nothing.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
See, if that's true, I wish that they would have like conversed with me, and maybe that's why I got in trouble. If they would have actually conversed with me instead of it being like some random line they set out, like then I wouldn't have walked up there. Like, I just assumed it, like anywhere that I could get into that I didn't have to unlock, I would be okay.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Captain Eve, you see Vanguard. You and I need to talk, Ambassador. You seem like a lady who wants to stop Terramorph's attacks. Well, have I got a deal for you? I'm here on behalf of the United Colonies. We need the Freestar Collective's help.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Oh yeah, you totally got that right. Absolutely. I'm totally here to beg. Nope, they sent me to beg. Please, 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 pretty please. You need to help us, otherwise any more deaths are on your hands. You heard correctly, we need access to the archives.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
I love seeing all these women in power. Persuade, please, Ambassador, let's just listen to what I have to say. Fine, I'll just figure this out some other way. Are you serious? There was just an attack on the city. You're really not gonna help us?
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One, to convince me. Understood.
Thank you, man. Just, nothing happened. Thank you, Ambassador. Just hear me out. Fine, I'll figure.
I'm listening.
Oh my lord, I'm so screwed. The Terramorph Xeno weapon project was a failure. That knowledge isn't dangerous. I mean, it is kind of maybe dangerous still. You were a soldier. It was your job to protect, and that's what we intend to do with this data. I don't know if that's a good argument.
You know that for sure.
Critical success?
That is interesting. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions.
Okay.
Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
Yeah, sounds legit to me. I think I need to speak to Deputy, whatever her name is, McIntyre first. That's way too much. Agreed.
Excellent. Follow me.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I am. You didn't see that conversation I just had?
They tell me it should only take a moment.
This huge machine just to give you a code?
And there.
Yo, for realsies?
Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess. I suppose we're in this together now. People often mistake rivals for enemies. We don't have to like each other to do the right thing.
Can I honestly say that I thought this was going to be a... What is that? Prototype equipment. Can I honestly say I really thought this was going to be a lot... And she just left? She just left me in here? Okay. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. It was going to have to, like, go all the way to, like, Freestar Collective Space, their capital, and, like, genuinely convince them, like, to hand over this, like, code. And then they were like, nah, I'm not going to hand over the code. You got to do some things for me. And then I would go do the things for them. And then they would eventually go, yeah, here's the code.
Trust must be earned. So, we'll let the UC earn it.
But, like, that is not how this turned out. I didn't actually think this was to be that easy. That's, very interesting. Also, I don't think I've, it hasn't, like, escaped my notice that all the nice, pretty, like, wooden guns are part of the, like, the cowboy people. And they have an eagle, of course, or a hawk, or whatever. Boy, they really just made Americans in space. Who's the UC? Is that like Europe? The Europeans? Then who's House Varun? Where does that go? I didn't even remember that there was a thing. Override. Boy, it has absolutely been some time. What are all these like leaves and stuff? Like, there's not even plants here, enough plants here to make that make sense. Steal stuff off the floor. Perfect. More that I can say they let me do here than I was able to do at the other place. They were just like, oh no, you can't do anything. You looked at some weapons. Time to go to jail. What was I don't want to go to jail for looking at a weapon. I just looked at it. I didn't even pick it up. It's a shame they didn't keep up with their like thing. They kind of have like a dope embassy, which I can't say for the Freestar people. Their embassy kind of looked silly and not dope. This is actually a cool looking embassy. I feel more at home with them. You know, like this is their architecture and this is their the Freestars seem really boring. Especially when like they're supposed to like come off as like cowboys. They seem kind of boring. First floor. I'm on first floor. Second floor. So, can I ask you this? Why is there an elevator that leads you up to the second floor if there's nothing on the second floor? And I'm not even just saying this for like the sake of gameplay, like in the sake of like actual reality. Why was there a whole elevator to get off on the second floor when there's nothing there? Boy, this rabbit hole like really I was like, "Oh, let's just turn in this quest. It'll be quick," he says. Sounds like creatures. Activate turrets. Update friend info settings. Note, be sure to carefully read the user manual before changing friend or for settings for automation. Autonomous, oh my god, autonomous weapon systems. Current IFF settings standard. Recalibrate friend or foe. Remove combat and protect current user. What was the weapon they just picked up? Just a regular pistol? What am I witnessing? Boy, that scared me.
Fingers crossed us.
Oh, you're shooting it. I couldn't tell because it's like muffled. And the other two already seemed dead, so I didn't know if that was you shooting or... Yeah, I have to say, I wish that they like spent more time on the Freestar Collective's infancy, because I mean this one actually seems like more like House Varuni type from what I'm gathering from. Who did I just click that like did both of these? Okay, I am clearly brain dead or something. Okay, there we go. Robot control interface status. Update friend info. Recap friend info. Activate units. Oh my god, you scared me so... You scared me so much. I wasn't expecting like something to like come out of the shadows like that. Oh my god. This game... Ooh, what's this? Nova Blaster? This game actually scaring me more than like, I don't know, Vampire or Nova did. I'm not... God lord. Soma. Which isn't true. There were aspects about Soma that were pretty terrifying. Boy, there are 3 levels to this. isn't like a try one that would work better here. Boy, I may have messed up actually. Right, none of these actually lead to one that I can use. Damn. I think I messed up actually. Especially if that's the only one I can do. Then I need... yeah. Damn it. I messed up. F me, man. I don't even know where I messed up because there were so many levels. That's super upsetting, actually. I've been so good at these, and the moment that I was like, oh yeah, let me just speed through this, that's when I mess up. What does auto do? Auto, like, helps me? Oh man, I can't believe it. That's the only place that one goes in. Honestly, the biggest problem is that, like, this doesn't go anywhere. God, Lord. Slot key. Really? Yeah, but undoing costs a digipick, doesn't it? I'd rather start from scratch. Boy, that was annoying. I really hate that, actually. Okay, there's two there, two there. Two. Two. So, got those two done. Then the next one. Those three. Then those three. Even though there's quite literally not. Oh, wait, no, that's... we're getting way ahead of ourselves. We have this two-notched one, which might actually, in fact, just be this. and this. So those have been done, those have been done. This one's been done. Right, okay. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, I think I figured it out then. Perfect. Okay. Beep. Boop. Bop. Bleep. Blope. Breep. There we go. Propaganda. Don't mind me, little robots. I just need to get past you. There's no other console thing. What is even happening in here? I feel like Luke Skywalker going through like the little cave thing. Like what is even? Why am I getting a red thing?
Do you need me to carry anything?
Maybe, probably. Give me a second, though. I love how the game tells you that you're over-encumbered before you even realize it, because they were like, hey, maybe you're carrying a little bit too much stuff. Would you like me to carry anything for you? No, lady, I love walking around over-encumbered. It's my favorite pastime.
Hello again. Need to swap some things out?
No, not really, but you can definitely take a load of my stuff.
I'll talk to you later.
I don't like them like randomly getting like red flashes. I also don't like when the game makes me feel like I'm actually going in the right direction when I was trying to go in the opposite direction of that. there's a part of me that thinks there obviously has to be like a thing somewhere around here to turn that stuff off. Boy, this is really not panning out well for all of these. Okay, so we got this one and this one in the slot. Okay, what's the next one? We got these 4 that could maybe go here, and then this one that seems to go. Some sort of configuration here, right? So those 4. That wouldn't make sense anyway, because this is a double there. God. I really wish that they wouldn't, like, I'm okay with it being kind of a puzzle, but like you're putting like these things and they're already really hard. Like you have to think like multiple levels ahead of time. Which is, we're already kind of like obnoxious. Okay, so those 2 are good. I don't have to do anything with those. I just need to figure this level out. Maybe it's, nope, those are too far. There's no way else to do that. Maybe that's just a red herring, and I need those 2 fit in there. We have one there, which we may be able to fit right there. Okay. So we got those 2 and those 2. We are missing 1, which goes to... Yeah, no, that doesn't work. This is so annoying. Does that work? Yes, I think it does. There we go. Ow, holy mother of pearl. Boy, there was a lot of locks in this thing. Am I not? Oh my god, please don't tell me that's a thing that I'm finally realizing. No, okay. Okay, those do not go in there, so let's move on to another thing. Oh, let's do the top portion first. I don't know why I started with the bottom. Okay, and then we don't have a straight piece, right? Because that doesn't work. I'm like tired. I should have gotten this thing, but I'm gonna, now that I'm being punched, I'm gonna call it here actually. Boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here for the night. So thanks for watching. Again, whether you're watching live or after the fact, whether on Twitch or YouTube, I appreciate you. Appreciate that you're taking the time out of your probably very much busy day or night to watch me be an idiot at video games. I honestly very much appreciate that. I'm sorry for earlier with kind of like while I was fiddling with the chat thing. I was trying to somebody I know was like watching and was on the chat and they weren't able to I wasn't able to see it, and I just wanted to make sure I'm trying to get that fixed because I don't know if that's something on his end or on my end. But I'll have to figure that out after the fact. So sorry for taking the weird amount of time that I did to look at that. Hopefully I'll figure it out in between time. Going to do some more Starfield tomorrow. Again, time may vary, and hopefully by tomorrow I might also have or tomorrow, like later tonight, I will have an official X or Twitter account where I can kind of post my daily schedule and stuff like that. And like inform you guys of anything or ask questions if I need something answered of whatever. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye. Have a good night.